This is episode number 16, where I talk about how I grew my business on the internet as a musician, and also talk about my discovery of cryptocurrency and the use of social media. What's going on? This is Quamon Fowler coming to you, and I appreciate for coming and checking out this podcast, whether you are on the video, watching the video on YouTube, or if you are listening to the podcast. I want to thank you so much. I know it is a gap in between the podcast sometimes, and I'm just still getting acclimated with being a daddy and managing the different hats that I have, from changing diapers to helping mother out when, so she's not worn out. And also, we just started back teaching at my school. So just trying to get all my students' schedules down packed, and got to get the music together for what they're going to work on, and audition people, and also, doing some session work here, and preparing for some stuff from gigs and all of that. So it's a lot of different things to get caught up in, but it's exciting. It's definitely an exciting time. And also, I was just thinking, this past weekend or this past week, we definitely want to keep the people in Houston in our prayers. A lot of my friends and family are okay, who I talk to, who live there. But and thanks also to a lot of friends that I have who are from different parts of the country. They were thinking that I was affected, our family was affected by the Hurricane Harvey, but thankfully our family is okay, is doing pretty good. But definitely want to pray for those people who lost loved ones, and our condolences do go out to those people, and in the Houston area. But yeah, with that, the other day, it was something, because it was one day it was hard for us to find gas, and some people were sharing rumors that a lot of the reserves are there in Houston, so the trucks couldn't get in and out to bring gas here. But it was a big scare of people. A lot of people were in panic here in the DFW area, because a lot of gas stations didn't have gas. So, but we were cool. We just waited a day and got gas the next morning. So it wasn't a big deal, but it was quite interesting just noticing how impressionable people are, with the internet. And people make a big deal out of stuff, and get really scared. And the thing that's quite interesting, just psychologically, you look at how easy it is to manipulate people through the media or through social media, and a lot of times people don't fact check. They'll just go off of what a friend shares, and then it'll just spark a fire, and then it can go viral. But it's quite interesting, these days, and you have to be really careful of, not to believe everything that you hear and see. I know we were fine. we already had our car, had enough gas in it. So, but I imagine people were thinking about, it's Labor Day weekend. So, if they were trying to get out to go out of town, if you can't get gas, your mind can go a lot of different ways. Like, dang, how I'm gonna get to work, or how I'm gonna go on this vacation that I was planning on doing. But thankfully, everything was all good. We made it through it, and we're here. So here's some updates for me, and what I've been caught in. And this is like, so I tell you, make a long story short, I got caught in this cryptocurrency world. And I know some of you all out there probably heard of Bitcoin, and it's what you call a digital currency. So it's a way that people are able to buy and sell over the internet or through their phone and make these transactions without having to be have it go through a bank. Now, mind you, you do have to fund it through something like Coinbase, which is a company who allows for you to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. So I actually got into this through a cousin of mine, who's a programmer. You know, he told me about it a few weeks ago, almost a month ago now, or maybe over a month. But he told me about it, and when I took a look at Bitcoin, I got this app, the Coinbase app, and I looked in there, and Bitcoin at the time was like $2,400. And now, look here, I have the app right here on my phone that tells me. So yeah, it's 45.79. That's how much Bitcoin is worth at this particular time. And then Ethereum is another type of digital currency. It's 347, and then Litecoin is like $77. So at the time when I looked at it, the Bitcoin was like $2,400, and then the Ethereum was like 280 or something like that, and then Litecoin at the time was like 37. And so Bitcoin and then Litecoin has doubled. So what does that mean? So I started researching, and I got on YouTube looking this stuff up, learning about how they find the currency from mining, and also looking at all of the other what they call altcoins how they come about, because people can create their own currency off of a Bitcoin or a spin off of Ethereum. So, and I even found out how to create your own currency. And so I'm looking into all of that, and it's been pretty fascinating. It's like over 800 something more currencies, and these companies are sometimes they're not even companies, just individuals or people just who find out how to create a currency, and then they'll put it in the market and really try to promote it and everything to get a lot of people to buy into it. And that's how you'll get those coins that'll go up real high, and then they might take a nose dive, and you really don't hear from them anymore. So it's quite interesting, because you can really, if you play your cards right, you can really make a lot of money in a day, in a few hours, or a couple of minutes, just from trading on this trading coins, And so I've been listening to different YouTube channels, and people giving information on there and learning about the different platforms that you can trade on, from GDAX, which is one that Coinbase, same company, owns and manages. So that's the exchange. So you can go on there and really exchange, trade Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum through GDAX. And they have others like Kraken, and they have Bittrex. And so I just got into all of this stuff and start playing around with it, and I've been hooked. I've been hooked on it. I got hooked on it. So it's pretty fascinating. And so that's what I've been doing here lately. And but I know I need to continue to create videos, and so and podcasts too. So I wanted to create this one and just kind of talk about what I've been learning. And let me talk about the opportunity that this poses, because I know, you have those type of people that'll sit back and watch, and, they'll be on the sideline just watching what's going on and talking about it and skeptical and stuff like that. And then you have those type of people who would just jump in there trying to learn, like me, trying to learn what's going on to make sure I'm a part or on the right side of stuff instead of just watching it pass me by. And you can really think about it. It's really a shift in technology. And so if you think about even our lives today and this medium that I'm sharing through, a YouTube or a podcast, all of this stuff came about in the early 2000s. And even when these things came about then, it was like, a lot of people wasn't using this, or a lot of people didn't quite know how to use it or even what to think about it. But over time, it became something that everybody, or a great number of people, were doing, from the blogs on YouTube and even doing podcasts and stuff like that. And, if you are a leader in a particular field, or artist, or something like that, you have an audience, you learn that you can use these outlets like a YouTube and a Facebook, or Instagram, Snapchat, or Twitter, and share stuff with people, or and get a blog, and share stuff through your blog, and have an email list, and even share stuff with people who are on your email list. This is something that was I guess new, and I think about a lot of musicians that I know who are accomplished musicians, but that don't do this stuff. I mean, occasionally they might put some videos out on YouTube, and they'll pull some stuff on Facebook, and it's pretty convenient, because when you have your phone and you got the Facebook app or Twitter app or Instagram app, you can just record something and share it right there with the audience who are following you on those particular platforms, But a lot of musicians, or a lot of artists, or people really don't think about how, they don't create a strategy, or they don't use it in its full potential to really serve their audience, and even be able to monetize things, to earn income from what they have to offer, not just the services from the standpoint of playing an instrument. Of course, I'm talking from a musician standpoint, but this can go. This really can be anybody. Somebody who's a karate teacher, or somebody who's a good basketball coach, or somebody who is a speaker. You can use these platforms really to speak to your audience and connect with that audience, or have those people out there connect with you, so you can grow your audience and put them on get them to get on your email list, so that you can communicate with them. And it's been something that I saw, opportunity that I saw when I start putting videos up on YouTube. And with, at the time, MySpace was like the thing, and before Facebook kind of got all the attention. And numerous other platforms have opened up since then. But the principle of it is, if you are a leader or an influencer, you use these platforms to give your audience something to chew on, or how they can stay engaged with what you're doing. And so, I studied some other, info marketers or information marketers. I followed a lot of people who were doing internet marketing, and I was seeing how they were putting these videos up on YouTube and getting people to watch them and then click on the link that'll take them to a landing page. What we call a landing page is a page that'll have, a video on it, title, and then a place where you put your name and email. And then from there, once you get on that email list, then they can send direct messages to you, giving you tips or insights based on whatever that topic is that you're interested in. And then over time, once you get to know that person, like them, and then you trust them, then you become what they call a part of that person's warm market. And so I learned all of this stuff just from watching the trend go by, and I jumped in and took advantage of it. And so since I've done that, I've been able to start my membership site back in 2009, Jazz Webshed, which is now Texas Tenor Music Academy. And I was able to connect with different musicians from not only the country, but around the world. And I did the webinars and podcasts and all of that kind of stuff because I was fascinated with the technology. And so that allowed for me to earn some income from that, and get more students to broaden my audience and connect with more people just because I use these tools. And even, get gigs and stuff like that, And so I thought it was great. I thought it was fascinating. And the thing about it, it's like once those ideas or actually those opportunities present themselves, more ideas spring off of those. It's like you have exponential growth when you put up the YouTube channel and you start putting videos up. You discover or you try different things, and you never know from what you try what's going to stick or what's going to really take off. And it kind of goes into that whole thing with the 80-20 rule, where it's like, out of the 80% of the stuff that you do, only 20% of it is going to bring back a return or you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm more than just a saxophone player, and I don't even play saxophone that much because I'm doing all of this other stuff, But, people know me as a saxophone player, and a lot of times will want me to play gigs, or teach their child or teach them how to play saxophone, But it's just one of those things, it's like what sticks in people's minds, But I do a lot more teaching, and really my my gift really is teaching, because when you think about it, even on the saxophone, you have to teach yourself, or you have a process by which you do things, or a system by which you follow in order to get to a certain level, personally. And I've always been one to want to show people the process and the steps that it takes in order to get to that next level, by way of music. But one of the things that I've learned as I've gotten older, it's not just that area of how to grow in your musicianship, but it's also how to grow in finances, and even in business, because I had to do these things. I had to do these things. It just came with the territory. Whenever you are an influencer, you have to think about getting organized. You start by offering a service, or, you have a service that you offer, and then you got to deal with scheduling. You got to deal with organizing what you're going to teach and how you're going to deliver it. You have to organize what you do. So that's the manager position. And then you also are visionary. You are the CEO. You're the one who sees the direction that you want to go in. And, you have to work all of those things into your business. And so it's like by default, as an influencer or a leader, you have to be a manager. You have to be a technician first, because you got to do the work that you specialize in, but you got to manage the work that you do. Then you have to give the direction of where you want to go with what you're doing. And so those are three different hats. And so you have to figure out how to put in systems to where you don't have to do the work that doesn't bring you the most value for your time. And it's like you evolve into who you need to be because of the demand of you. You know, it's like the more I get more people who are exposed to what I have to offer, then the more I have to put modules or procedures in place so that I can keep the rotation happening. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody comes to me who wants to buy some music from me, you know, I had to get a website. If people want to buy sheet music, you know, I'm working on putting my sheet music back up. You know, so it's like really I learn from the requests that I get from the people who discover me through the internet or by word of mouth, you know, offline or whatever. And, you know, that's why I created a lot of the things that I've created, you know, from the YouTube channel to my website to having, you know, doing Skype lessons and also, you know, providing gig services and having a membership site. You know, you get organized because even when you have people that ask you the same questions over and over, it'd be best for you to create something, a course or something that you can just refer them to that will take them from A to Z, because you get that question all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things that comes with the territory, and when you're an influencer and when you're a leader. And sometimes, you know, of course, being human, you want to be lazy, you want to just do your own thing. Um, but at the same time, you know, if you have some goals that you want to accomplish financially, you have to organize yourself, and you have to take advantage of the internet and the technology that we have. So, yeah, that's what that's what I'm gathering, you know, from this experience. And it really excites me, the technology that you have. And I can even share some ideas with you, like with this whole digital currency thing, because some people, a lot of people actually don't really understand it. So I'll give you an example. So if you have Bitcoin or you exchange your money, USD, if you're in the United States, for some Bitcoin, pretty soon you're going to be able to buy on a website like Shopify, or Shopify is going to have their customers to be able to include this on their website. Right now, it's new. So, you know, a lot of websites don't have this technology in it. And even think about Amazon adopting it, you know. And at that point, when you start seeing these other options to pay, it's kind of like PayPal. You remember before PayPal, it was really hard to pay through the internet. People didn't trust it, you know, but now it's quite comfortable. It's a comfortable thing. You know, when you see PayPal, it's a trusted route to go through. But I remember when I was doing my website, Jazz Webshade, and I was putting the PayPal button up there, a lot of people just wanted to send me a check or do it through their bank. You know, they didn't want to go through PayPal because they didn't trust it. You know, they wanted another route to go through. And so, but now it's adopted, you know, from people using eBay a lot. You know, they needed a payment processing, you know, thing to go through. And so it's like a regular deal now. I mean, even think about doing business on the internet and sales. I remember when it was a Christmas, I forget the year, but they were talking about sales were so high. It was like the highest it's ever been in history because more people were buying all of their Christmas gifts and stuff on the internet. And now look at where we are now with Amazon. And we buying our food, our groceries, not just our electronics or things for the house. We're buying groceries now. And now, who would ever think that we can just hit something in our phone and somebody show up at our house to pick us up in like 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? These are all ideas that were employed, and a business was created out of it. So all I'm saying all of that to say is, man, it's a lot of potential. It's a lot of opportunity out there if you just use some of the technology and have a strategy of how you're going to go about hitting your target and your goal. And so that's what I wanted to share today. That's pretty much it. And one of the things I want to say, I need you all to send me your questions or send me comments, feedback, shoot me an email, and let me know what you think. I want to have a conversation going. I always like to reply to the comments that I get on YouTube, or if you hit me up on Facebook or on Instagram. And you can definitely connect with me on those channels. The way that you can connect with me on Facebook is Texas Tenor Music. You can go to Texas Tenor Music. And on Instagram, it's Quamon_Fowler. Okay. And on Twitter, it's Texas Tenor, TEXAS10ER. YouTube, if you want to check out the, my videos where I'm performing and stuff like that, that's Texas Tenor, YouTube. But the channel for where I share a lot of insights, and in addition to lessons and stuff like that, that's the Texas Tenor Texas Tenor Music Academy page, which is still the old Jazz Webshed address, because I can't change it on YouTube. So you can go there and check it out, and like and subscribe, share, comment, like I said. And I love to hear your feedback and get with you. And once again, go to my website, QuamonFowler.com. Get on the email list and to keep in touch with me. And of course, if you want to check out some of the teaching stuff that I have, you can definitely go to Texas Tenor Music Academy. I know I got a lot of stuff going on, but I'm fascinated with this stuff, technology. And this is what I forgot to. I put up the radio. So if you want to check out the music of myself and some of my friends' music that I played on and some of their music, you can go to radio, QuamonFowler.com/radio. So you click music, and then under there, you can check out the radio. So you can check that out too. All right. So that's about it. And I appreciate you for taking the time to check this out. And I'll be back with you real soon. Okay. Peace.